A little bit better. Perfect. So I won't be look into the camera too much. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to press mute when I'm on there. We're just testing the stages here, people. Just testing the stages here. Thank you for joining, though. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. For everybody that's on YouTube, thank you for joining on the YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, follow. So good morning. What we're going to do first real quick is it's the stock God shining on you. I hope so. So we only got a few people here so far. Just kind of taking a look at the chat on YouTube at the same time to see what we got going on. So my first thing is I want you guys to pick out a stock that we're going to trade. So, if you guys have a specific stock that you guys want to trade, we're going to trade it today. That's the goal today, right? So I still have, my normals, which is usually QQQ, either Spider, SPX, Apple, NVIDIA, maybe Tesla, Netflix, some of the bigger moving pieces, the pieces to the puzzle, the pie to the puzzle. So if you guys have any specific stocks, please post it on the trading chat or on YouTube, so that way I can, we can play it. That's the gist of today's public, is to give you guys a play, or try to give you guys a play, or give you guys more like an analysis of a position. Making sure that you have your risk factor in place, making sure that whatever position that you're looking to get into, having a stop loss in place, having when to take exits, or try to basically try to take the exits is very important. So that's basically what I bring to the table, is to show you what I'm looking at as in terms of the direction of the market. Where is a good area to, buy a position as in a call or a put, and, where is a good exit strategy, right? And then what we also have on our Discord is watch list. So in the watch list section, we'll go to the public watch list today, right? So in the public watch list, our guys comes out with certain plays, and we take a look at the plays that they have. So for example, you is one of the plays that we have on the public side, and for those that have access to the premium side, we have quite a few. We have Dash, NVIDIA, and Tesla. So any positions you can make profits off of it, just because if the play is a like Tesla or NVIDIA, that doesn't mean that you can't play. You can find a contract that best fits your needs and play that, right? So this is basically what I'm going to be looking at, primarily because I'm not having anybody Tesla, NVIDIA, Meta, my favorites. That's good. I have those up, right? So I just don't have Tesla up right now. I have NVIDIA up, I have Netflix up, and I have Apple up. I'm gonna kind of play with those three, and then I have the Qs, and on my other screen I have SPX to kind of see what happens today with SPY. It gives me a little bit more of a sentiment. Anyways, so let's talk about what's going on so far in the market, and what I will be looking at as of right now. So as of right now, we have Apple. That's right about 130.50 area. And that's basically where the area was yesterday before it kind of just fell the last 30 minutes of the session. It pumped off of this level in the morning, and it made a nice little high of 133.41. Do I expect the same thing today? Who knows, right? It depends on what the market wants to give us. So basically right now we have a pre-market high that we currently have on Apple, and we have to see if Apple can break through 131, probably 131.17 area, and testing 131.43 and making that push towards yesterday's sessions. So when we look at yesterday's price action, and we can see that they were having a pretty, it stayed in this vicinity at that 131 area. And then eventually it kind of fell out, right? So right now, I think based off of what it's trying to do, it'll probably try to make a push back towards that 131.43. How it acts over there will be important. We could reject and primarily come back down towards that 130.29. The pre-market low sitting at 129.34. So always pay attention to your pre-market levels because it kind of gives you an idea and, of the directional move. So that way you're not biased. Remember, it's all about, that entry. Can you get the right entry? Are you, where's your exit strategy, right? So if you don't have an exit strategy, there is really no reason to get into a play. And, I'm just being brutally honest with that, right? So you have to understand that whenever you get into a play, where's your exit strategy? Do you have, if you're going to go into calls, for example, right off the morning bat, are you going to, where's your exit strategy? Where's the exit strategy if the play is going the opposite way, right? So you're in calls and, it goes down. What are you going to do? Where's your exit strategy? So understanding that and having that, that mindset going into the play is very, very important. In the mornings, I try not to be too risky, right? I'll probably get some laughs there because I'm always risky in the mornings. But I kind of see, where I want to enter, and obviously there's times where I take like profits really quick and it ends up becoming a really big play, or it'll be red, right? I have a few reds, we all do, and you just have to understand that, okay, well, if you're going to take the loss, understanding that, why did you take that loss, or, why did you get into that play to begin with, right? So always understanding the whys behind it. And, your entry wasn't solid, or your entry was a little too early, or, you didn't read the price action right? You didn't read the trend right. So, let's not try to play against the trend. We could see choppiness today. I know that Powell spoke or is speaking, and I don't know what happened with that. I haven't really paid attention to it because even with that, the market really didn't make such a significant movement in my eyes. It would have had a bigger impact. And then obviously CPI is on Thursday, right? So we can potentially get some choppiness leading into Thursday morning when CPI data comes out. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the market wants to react today. And let's obviously, like I said, let's try to have a fantastic morning. If you're in one of the plays, make sure he still hasn't spoken yet. Oh man, I'm getting like conflicting stories, right? So on one of the sites, it said that he's speaking like after 4:00 today Eastern time. But then there's other places that he's supposed to be speaking at 9:00 in the morning. So it's like, I guess, he'll come on when he wants to come on. They're prepared for Fed's Powell does not discuss the state of the U.S. economy. Yeah, usually he doesn't. Excuse me. Sorry. Usually he doesn't. But the market still will, try to react a little bit to it, right? Just to see what he has to say. And we just have to adapt to whatever the market wants to give us at the end of the day. All right, so what I'm going to be looking at obviously is QQQs, SPX, Apple, and NVIDIA. And for those that are on Discord, you guys could also watch the stream on YouTube. For the people on YouTube, if you don't have access to the Discord, the link should be below. And it's in the public side, so it is free. So you do not have to pay for the service of the public live stream today. And test it out, see what you think, see what you like. We try to give you guys plays on the public on the public side too, like the watch list at least, and the watch list is really, really fire. Anyways, all right. So Apple, if I'm going to be looking into Apple today, it'll be either depending on what the movement is, the call side. I'm going to try to go a little bit more closer to in the money. So if I'm going to be looking at the play, it'll probably be a 130 put or a 130 call, 132 call. I just double check which ones they have available. That way, you know, I know what I want to get into right away. So it'll be either maybe a 128, sorry, about a 128 put, and on the flip side, it'll be about like a 133 call, right? So I never like to do crazy in the money in the morning, just because of the price action and the movement, right? And the problem is that if you go in the morning, like right off of the bat, like I usually do, in the first, 30, 45 seconds, like people are trying to exit, trying to get into the play, and, your options is just gonna it's gonna be so crazy. So we'll see. Powell speaking, expect increased volatility right now. Yeah, let's see how that goes. And so generally, whenever I get into a play or I'm talking about a play in the morning, right, the first thing that I talk about is where the 200 EMA is sitting at on the 5-minute time frame. For me, that is a very important level, and where the VWAP is at, right? I look at those two sections and I decide my play off of that, right? Well, right now the cues, we're trading in between the two balance zones, right? So for me, it's going to be like, do I want to risk getting into a call or a put position based off of what I see with weakness? On the flip side, on Apple, I'm seeing this, at least in the pre-market, we have some bullish sentiment. My 9 crossing over my EMA 200. My VWAP getting below my 20. So, I take a look at how that price action is on the video. So, it's all jumbled together, right? So you have the 9, the 20, the VWAP, everything's just sitting together. And so this bounce will either, come towards that 156.68 or we'll test that 154.74. Break below that, we can see 153 and some change, and towards 151. Break to the upside on 156, 157, then we can retest 157.81, and then potentially towards 160. Netflix, I just have it up, doesn't mean I'm going to get into it. It has a nice little gap down right now from closing session. So we'll want to see how it kind of plays out and reacts. I'm just going to add in a few more price targets to see price action and what it wants to do. So we have the low. Now we have the new pre-market high, and it's testing the EMA 200, right? So this is a little bit bullish. However, the market open, we can see this coming right back down, testing 312 area, and then how I want to see it react over there. It could come back down to test VWAP. And so just understanding the ifs, the whys, and where it can go. When you look at NVIDIA, right, you see it kind of just hit that 154.74 area. He's still hawkish speech. Good. It gives us a, even though he's hawkish or not hawkish, right? Like the moment that the market opens, we'll have a reaction, and we'll go from there. When it comes to the cues will also be the same thing. Within a couple of dollars is the position. So either we'll have puts about 167, maybe 167 puts. On the flip side, calls will be about 271 calls, right? Those are the ones that I would be looking at primarily. Anyways, yeah, I'm trading actually on both. Remember, you're gonna have to save my port. I'm with you and taking my mojo back. Oh man, don't put that on me, man. Don't give me that burden. I'll do my best. I'll try my best. Don't go full port though. Anyways, we got about 30 seconds left before the market opens. Good luck today, traders. Please make sure that you do not let any more trades go red. If you're green, take the profits. You could always get back in on another play or another day. Once again, we're live from YouTube and on Discord. So feel free to join either or. All right, market's opening in about 10 seconds. Good luck. Good luck. Let's go. Let's have a great day. All right. So we got a nice little pump somewhat on the Qs. I'm going to go with a QQQ. I'm going to be risky here. So I'm going to go with a QQQ 267 put. I'm going to test for it to go to pre-market low. If it breaks today's high, pre-market high, I'll be out of the position with a small little L. But I'm not gonna, try to tell you what to get into, what not to get into. I got into a put position, and I said like my stop loss is going to be above that pre-market high. Looking at Apple, Apple's trying to hold here. See if I could get a buying wick. See if I get a buying wick and a hold. Look at Netflix taking off a little bit. All right, Apple puts, I'm going with a 125 puts on Apple. So I'm being bearish right now in the morning. Kind of bearish in the morning. All right, so Apple puts, I got in for 63. Right now it's break even. And mind you, like I could be completely wrong on any of these plays, right? So understanding that I'm taking a risk right off of the morning, that doesn't mean that you should too. The only reason why I'm taking that little risk is, volatility, right? And I could be completely wrong. Like I've been, in the morning sometimes like I'm a little wrong. And then, I'll make a play that is the right play, right? So first minute, 2 minutes, don't try to overtrade. Don't go too crazy in the trades, and know when to get out of the position and when to get out of the play. NVIDIA, I'm going with a call. So I'm going to be bullish on NVIDIA. I'm going to go with a 170 call. All right, 170 call on NVIDIA, entered. I want to see if it can break above 156.68 and back towards that 157.81. All right, QQQs, I'm going to have to take an L on this if it holds above this pre-market high. All right, NVIDIA, we're up 11%, 12%. See if I could get up to 20%. 12%, if you want to take profits, it's completely up to you. Up 15%, 16%. But take profits if you want. Don't let the trade go red, especially if it goes back below 156.68. Get out of the position. I'm going a little bullish. I'm going to go with the SPX call. Be cautious with SPX. So I'm going with a 39.50 call. It's going to be risky. All right, so with the SPX, be cautious with SPX, because this thing can run the opposite direction, right? So right now, it hit the 20. I'm looking for that bounce towards that 39.05 area. NVIDIA, we're up 25%, 26% on NVIDIA. Make sure that you are not in those QQQ positions. If you are, I got to cut out those QQQ positions with a loss. That's fine. You get your bad play. 28% on NVIDIA. Excuse me, sorry. 27% on NVIDIA. SPX, if anybody's in SPX, we're up 7% to 10%. 32% on NVIDIA. Apple, I'm going to cut for L. So now some of these plays can come back to you and make profits, but me, I'm going to cut it. 41% on NVIDIA. 26% on SPX calls, 40% on NVIDIA calls. Let's see NVIDIA, keep going, baby. It's going to get right to that 159, 50% on NVIDIA. So I'm just going to have a trail stop, just because I want to make sure that I lock in profits. And I'm 60% on NVIDIA, so I have a 10% trail stop on NVIDIA, 37%, 41% on SPX. Let's go. Sorry. Couple bad plays, but a couple great plays. 62% on NVIDIA. SPX, we're up 30%. I might now decide to take some profits off the table on SPX. All right, so I'm off. I got a little bit of profits off of SPX there. Solid play, solid play. NVIDIA, I got stopped out on, right? So I don't know if anybody got into any of those plays, but NVIDIA, we're up. It was 60%. SPX was about 45, 50%. And it's still running. SPX is still running. That's that, you know. Two good plays, two bad plays, right? And my good plays outweighed my bad plays, you know, and that's the beauty of it, right? So, so if I put my losses together, actually my NVIDIA actually, you know, made up for my losses on the Qs and on Apple. You know, it's a tit for tat, right? And understanding that I played off of the NVIDIA, you know, that trend mark. Same with SPX. SPX, it just looked, you know, like I had a price target in place, the 3,900 area. I like that position. I like that play. And I took it, you know, and it did really, really well for me there. Now, you know, what do we do, right? So we're in 6 minutes in the market open. I had two good plays, two bad plays, and like I said, my good plays outweighed my bad plays. And you know, it's one of those things. You know, it's one of those things. Like, so I gave him an example. My SPX play made me $55 in profit per contract, and my NVIDIA play made me $35 in per contract, right? So, you know, in the first 7 minutes of the market open, it is that's what it was. I might get into a QQQ put here now, right? I might, you know, and we'll see. So I'll get into a put position. Doesn't mean that you guys get into a put position. I'm gonna get into a put position, but I'm gonna have my stop loss right above today's high. So I'm getting into a 270 put. You don't have to do this, right? Like, you know, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I see some sort of weakness right at 372. I could be completely wrong and, you know, have another small little L, but right now my QQQ puts is up 3%. We'll see what it happens. But I'm risking today's today's high, right? So the moment it hits the high, I'm out of the position regardless of the L. That's just how I'm going to play it. So I'm waiting for a pullback at least to 271.04 or potentially back down towards this pre-market high that it was at for that pullback. And if that pullback holds, I'll either get out of the position and get into a call position. The play is up 5%. We can see what happens if it wants to drop even more or not. But if it decides that it wants to hold this 271.34 area, I might just, you know, exit with a little bit of a profit. So the play is green. It just depends on what it wants to do here. Let's see. NVIDIA has a nice little pullback right back down to 157.81. Could be another good entry if it hits a VWAP and if VWAP decides that it wants to hold. But let's see. This is a strong green candle on the 5-minute. Coming right back down, testing VWAP. Potentially should test VWAP. And there we go. 10% on QQQ puts, 11% on QQQ puts, 12% on QQQ puts, 16% on QQQ puts, 21% on QQQ puts. You could scale out at 20%. I always say scale out of the position just because you don't want to let the trade go the opposite direction, right? So I'm going to have a trail stop loss in place already. And no matter what, I'm going to make profits off of the QQQs, right? Just because they're trying to hold this 271.04 area, and I don't want to give back any of my gains, right? So I just took profits for 15% on QQQ puts. That's it, right? So I've already made up my loss, more than made up my losses, right? So just understanding that quick position was 15%, and it'll probably go a little bit further down. but understanding that I wanted 270.104, it hit my 270.104. That was a 15% move to the downside, and I took my profits. It's probably going to come back down even more, right? And that's just the way some of my trades are. Like it'll come back down more, and I'll be like, oh man, I should have, would have, could have hold, but that was a decent move. Nvidia, Amazon. Let's look at Amazon, right? So let's look at Amazon. How you guys doing? Did you guys get into anything? I know in Mustang you got into puts with me. I mean, in calls with me. Thank you. Ice Queen, good job, good job. All right, Amazon. I'm gonna get into a put. I'm gonna test this theory out. And the reason being for the put, it's gonna be $85 put. The moment I put that, I should have just put the ask in. Crap. Oh well, I missed it. So it was 75 bucks. It's at $82, right? So nice little quick jump. Couple contracts, and you're already making profits, right? Just I didn't pay the ask for the first time. I always put ask and I put bid. QQQ puts, if anybody's in there, you guys are up nice right now. They're about $105 per contract. When I got it, it was I bought it for 50 bucks. Sorry, the 170s. I bought for 80. So they're at about 100 and something, 102 right now. So that's about $22 per contract, profitable gain, right? Completely missed, it is what it is. I still made profits off of it. I'm happy with it. Good exit strategy on SPX, so great exit strategy on SPX. And see, so okay, Qs, right? Here's the thing with my Qs. It comes back to me. Like it comes back eventually. No, those QQQ puts, the 270 puts, they're at 118. I got it for 80 bucks. They're at 118. And so, I sold it, right? Because they hit my first area and I didn't want to, I played a little too safe there. Played a little too cautiously, but it is what it is. Amazon was a great play to get into. We're going to see this pullback, see what happens if this gives me another high or low or whatever. Anybody that's in those Apple puts, you guys are, sorry, I'm just looking at it. You guys are almost at break even. So it came back down. I sold it for L, right? And it's right back down to break. I just don't like holding just because I have to understand that there's a risk management involved in the positions, right? And so for me, if it hits a certain target, if it hits a certain area, I'm out of the position. Just because, it went against what I did. It doesn't matter if it comes back down and it comes green, whatever. I've already made my profits on 3 other plays, right? And instead of trying to be like, okay, come back down, what if it didn't, and right, you're in that situation where you're in that boat where you're like, damn, what do I do? And so, that's why I get out of a position if I don't like it. But I could always 84% roll, right? So I could always 84% roll, and I'm gonna actually 84% roll an Apple put. I don't know. Hold on. Let me think. Puts. My stop loss is going to be right at pre-market high. So I'm not going to go for the high. I'm going to go for 130.57. If it's an L, it's an L. That'll be the last L, right? Because I take 3 L's and I'm done for the day. I've got 2 L's so far, right? That's just the way I like to trade, just because I don't want to give back any more of my profits that I made. And so understanding that is what's important, right? So overall, I'm green for the day, so I can't really complain. Let's see. That's my only, like, I can still get win to one more play, but I want to see how this movement is. I want to get a new low for the day. But it looks like, right? So if we're looking to a 5-minute time frame here, this could end up becoming buying wicks, right? So basically what's going to happen is that you'll have buyers just sitting here, and anytime it comes back into this area, they will potentially buy it back up, right? And so we can see this buying wick forming. However, when you have this huge green candle and then you have the following red candle kind of fill up the entire body, it makes it interesting for this positional play. Okay. So what I'm going to do is probably hold these. I don't like holding the swing positions too much, but I might hold them. Like, I might not take an L. It's just because I still see weakness in the 130, above that 130 area. And I might swing it through. It's a smaller risk for me. So I might swing. We'll see. Right. So that's my game plan. So I might swing these Apple puts. Unless I'm making 20, 30, 40% today, I'll keep it, right? But right now we're green. Can I get a new low for the day? All right, I got a new low for the day. They're up 5% now. All right, QQQs, look at this QQQ position. So, and when I got into that put the second time, that was an awesome put position. 10% on Apple. Right, can I get the pre-market? This is right here. Right, I want you to take a look at this section right in this area where it's at right now. If you're able to look at the screen, right, this is buying right here, right? So it has to fall. You want this to fall below these areas right here. Okay, so if it can fall below these areas right here, it can then come back now towards testing that 129.34. So how this reacts, because this is where buying happened in the pre-market to make that pump, right? Look at, we just kind of went through below. We're at 15% on these contracts. You can take profits if you want, but do not let the trade go red, right? That's your number one thing, is do not let any of your trades go red. 13%. I want to hit that pre-market low, which is right at 129.34. 10%, 12%. We're in that 12%, right? So the trade is green. It's up to you if you're in the position to hold or not to hold. But we've already pretty much made up the plays, right? Went 1 for 1 on QQQ, 1 for 1 on Apple. We made up the plays. The QQQ puts us at $131. $131. We got for $80. They're at $131. I didn't hold just a tad bit longer. Otherwise, that would have been a fantastic play. Fantastic play. Just didn't hold enough longer. I took profits. Can't say no to profits. Look at NVIDIA. Imagine holding those NVIDIA calls, right? And not having a trailing stop loss and not taking profits. You would have let that trade go from green to red, right? And it's down big. Like, we got out on such a fantastic play. Those contracts are now down to $51. $51, right? And and that's when that greed gets in, right? I don't let greed get in the way. When you're taking when you're making the play and you got the play and you made your profits, take it. Like, why not? Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Please don't get greedy. Not in this market. Don't get greedy. Same thing with SPX. Imagine not getting out of SPX, right? And that's a little bit more of an expensive play, right? And not getting out of SPX at the right time would have been red. But don't let your trades go red. That's my number one thing for you guys, is never let trades go red. Even if it's a couple $1 profits, it's a couple $1 profits. It is what it is. But just don't let it go red. Yeah. That's the biggest lesson that I can give you guys with that. Amazon was I miss that. I mean, Amazon dropped so beautifully too. All right, let's see buying wicks forming, right? Look at this pre-market, this level right here on QQQs. Came back down, tried to test the low for the day, kind of got rejected. That was a buying, they're buying it right back at that level again. this is going to be chop. I feel like this is it. This is just gonna. I'm just gonna see some chopness. You know, I will be cautious. You know, the first initial moves are so nice that because you can make such a good profit. But I mean, you can like I'm not gonna trade anymore. Like, I'm waiting for this Apple, and you know, I'm up 10% right now on Apple, 11%. Because I don't want to get into another trade until I figure out what I want to do with Apple, if I'm going to swing it or not. Because remember, I said my 3 trades, like if I have 3 L's, I'm done for the day, regardless of what the L's are, right? And I don't say, okay, well, I got back into a QQQ put and I made profits on this, so wipes it out. You still made a bad play, and that's that. You know, still made a bad play. That's me. Like I'm chilling. Um, this Apple puts is still green. I'm holding it a little bit longer than normal, right? You guys know that I don't like to hold more than a certain amount of time, but it's not giving me a reason to exit the position right now. It's up 12%. It's not giving me a reason to exit 15%. Give me another low for the day. 16%, 17%. If it gets to me that 20%, I just want 20%. That's all I always care for is 20%. Yeah. You guys are not chatting on here. Are you guys chatting anywhere else? Let's take a look. What are you guys looking at? What are you guys getting into? And thank you for joining. And to the people in the YouTube, thank you for joining also. But I'm chilling. 951. So 2 bad plays. Both plays 25%, 25% negative. So that's 50% negative. Positive side, 60%, 60%, 40%, 15%, and depends on what Apple wants to do. So, you know, we look at Apple right now. It's forming a tweezer bottoms on the 5-minute time frame. I might just take these contracts off the table if it closes with tweezer bottoms. So you're having buying wicks. Right? I just want to see how this closes because I could have got into a call right there at 129.87 just because of the way it's buying back up, and I would have already been red. So understanding that you have to let the candles close before getting into a position, right? And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just waiting to see how this movement is, to see if I want to get back into a call position and exit the puts for profits, or do I want to continue holding the puts positions? I mean, you could be in and out of this position numerous amount of times by now. Like this entire play, you could have been out probably 3 times with good profits, right? So I'm going to take the profits off the table. Yeah, I'm going to take profits off the table just because I don't trust it now, right? That's buying. Looks like it's buying. So we're out of the position. Do not be in that position. So I took a couple, like it was like a 5% play, right? I took it off the table just because, like I said, like buying looks like buying is still forming here. Buying is forming. I'm gonna go with a QQQ call, right? And once again, since I'm green, I'm gonna try a 274 call. No, that's too far out. I'm gonna try a 273 call. I want to see if it could test today's high. All right, so I got it for 63. It's up. It's break even. Stop loss is going to be at VWAP, which is right in the middle of this vicinity. So 270.36, because this is my last play of the day. And regardless of the position, so the max I'm going to let it go down to is 270.36, just because this is the last play of my morning, because I don't play after 10 o'clock. I'm done. I have work to do. And so, you know, I like to take, whatever gains I can get and be done with it, right? So we'll see. And why did I get in? Same thing, tweezer bottoms on the 5-minute time frame, testing levels, right? Testing to see if it wants to go to the high of the day, or at least test towards the high of the day. If not, we cut it for an L. This could easily become tweezer tops, depending on how this 5-minute candle closes. But I'm looking for that little push to the upside, just because if I'm looking at my indicators, the 9, the 20, they're all bullish sentiments right now. And then you have your 200 that's coming down, right? So this is technically a little bit more in a bullish sentiment. So we want to see how this plays out if you have the time to sit and watch the play or whatnot. But we're up 5%. See what it wants to do. You could take profits if you want to, 10% here. There you go, 10% again. You could take profits off of 10%. You could do a trailing stop loss at 10%, completely up to you, your choice. But see what you want to do. You see how they're basically now sitting. It looks like sellers are sitting right there again. So when you have this chop, I think we're going to have a chop. So it's going to have to break 371.82. I want to see this candle, this 5-minute candle, close above the high of the candle at 950, right? So basically, if you're not able to look at the chart, that's basically what I'm looking for, is this candle, this 5-minute candle, to close above the previous 5-minute candle, right? So want to see how it turns out. If not, I'll take profits off the table. Small profits. Profits is profits at the end of the day. Just giving this a little bit of breathing room. I really don't like it too much so far. Usually I like to see it in a play of mine. I'll get into a play and the moment I exit it for a little bit of profit, it just runs, right? It'll just freaking run. And it's so hilarious. Like, it happens. The team is always like, Romeo, are you gonna sell it? Like, they're just waiting for me to sell, right? Because they'll make more profits if I sell. That's, which is hilarious, because I take profits quick. If I like it, I take the profits. If not, that. But that's just the way I, no problem, Coach Chick. That's just the way I trade. Like, I don't get greedy in the market. I take my profits and I enjoy it. I take it and I enjoy it. And I don't care. I mean, like, it does suck sometimes, it sucks that your play that you get into ends up being like 120, 150, 160% play. And you're just like, damn, I took 10%. Damn, I took 20%. But you took 10, 20%, and or more. Yeah, like Love just said, or more. And you took the profits though. Like, if you're able to take profits consistently in the market, you gotta enjoy that. That's a great feeling. These calls are up 15%. I mean, it's a great feeling to have when you're able to consistently, in this market, in this bear market that we are in, it's great. 20%. All right, this is where I now do a trail stop because it hits my 20% that I want, and because I am very strict with my time, and so no matter what, I'll make profits off of this play. That's it. Got out of it with nice little profits there. Right on time. Look at that drop. Look at that drop. Right on time. Coincidence? No. You take your profits. I could now get back in if I want to get back in. But that's it. I'm done for the day. 10 o'clock, it hit like now. At QQQ is still pumping. Yeah. But that's it, right? So I got out at the right time before that little drop. If I want to get back in, I can get back in. And I'm done. That's it. Yeah, the timing, right? The timing is spectacular. Anyways, thank you for joining. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I joined both YouTube and on Discord. Thank you for joining, and I hope you guys enjoyed the trading, and I hope you guys made some profits today, because there were some killer plays out there. that we gave out. Anyways, thank you. Have a good evening. Or sorry, have a good rest of your day. Good evening. Oh, I'm still crazy. Take care now. Bye-bye.